What's going on, everyone? Gilman back with another video, and today again we're going to do it on the wealth side of things. I'm actually going to be taking a look at Tesla stock today. So I've been making a lot of videos on Apple stock, but Tesla is another stock that I've been closely following. It's been a very volatile stock for not only the entire year, but especially these last couple of weeks, as we saw with a huge sell-off and now the run up again. So I'll be taking a look, and before we get started, if you could drop a like down below, if you could subscribe, if you find this to be helpful, that would be greatly appreciated. It takes 5 seconds and it really helps us out. So really hope you could do that. But let's get right into it. So taking a look at the 1 day, 1 minute chart, Tesla this week has been on a great run up, right? So actually let's start with a 5-day chart. So you can see, in the past 2 days, it's rallied from levels of, 370, 380 all the way up to hitting 461 just yesterday, which is about $100 increase, but you have to understand that Tesla just went through a 5-to-1 stock split. So pre-stock split, this was a $500 rise, which is kind of insane to think about a company the size of Tesla going up in value by that much. Now, as a lot of you know, I'm sure, but let's take a look at it here. Let's take a look at the daily chart, because there's something that I want to kind of go over, right? So it's really exciting to look at this rally and want to be a part of it, right? But just to show you, that it's not necessarily always an easy ride up. Now, taking a look at this chart, right, we know that, Tesla has had an incredible run. For a company the size of Tesla to give us the returns that it has in just 2020 alone, it's kind of crazy to think about, right? So taking a look at the year-to-date chart, we see, 70 all the way up to, it went to 500, now at 441. Again, these are all post-stock split prices. So, that Tesla was trading at a price point of $2,500 before the split at one point, as witnessed by this 502 price here. But taking a look at the daily chart, if we just scroll in here and go back exactly 2 weeks ago, so today is the 16th. If we go back, I believe it was the 2nd, right here, September 2nd, we see, over here we'll see kind of the high, low, and overall of the day, but we see, a high of 479, a low of 405, right? So Tesla that day went down, or between the high and the low of the day, it was $75, right? And again, that's a post-stock split movement, which means that times 5, which ends up being, close to $400, right? $400 again, that type of movement is huge, right? And then it continued dropped all the way down to, I believe it was, the 320s, 329, right? The one thing that I do want to show you guys is, the value of moving average lines, right? So on this daily chart, if we take a look at the 50-day moving average line, boom, that's perfectly where Tesla bounces off. So the moving average line was 329.63. Tesla's low that day was 329.88. Maybe it was a coincidence, right? Maybe it just happened to bounce off at that point, but I'd like to think that the moving average had something to do with it. Now, replace the moving averages with the EMAs, and you kind of see the same thing happening with the EMA here. So again, Tesla bounced off of, this 329 level, and the EMA was at 328.10. Really valuable to look at, kind of those, if you're kind of seeing it happening. Now, going on the other side of that, right, keeping these EMAs up, you see that, today the EMA is at 415, right? Or putting the moving averages back up, we see that, the 20-day moving average is still down at 415. So could there be a pullback, right? As we saw today, the NASDAQ didn't really have much of a bullish sentiment to it. So could it pull back? Maybe, potentially. But the one thing that I do want to say is, I think in a week or maybe 6 days from now, there is Tesla's Battery Day, which is an event that's been really hyped up. So that could be a catalyst. So, on one side, the stock could rally into Battery Day, right? And At that point, we'll see, okay, is Tesla announcing something that's actually crazy, revolutionary, or, you know, something that brings way more excitement into the stock? I think that personally, this stock is pretty extended, right? But it's Tesla. It doesn't matter how extended it is, it can continue to run more. We've all seen it. I'm not going to question that anymore. Not going to try to take the opposite side of that bet, right? If there's momentum, Tesla is going to push up. Now, the other thing that can happen is it could rally into battery day, but then, you know, battery day happens, nothing that we weren't expecting, nothing out of the ordinary happens, and we continue, you know, that journey down again like we did a couple weeks ago. That could very well happen, and at that point, you know, it's a matter of what it finds as support. Does it find previous support levels as support? Does it find the moving averages as support, or does it find the EMAs as support? So all in all, you know, anything can really happen. We're pretty extended from the moving averages, right? But as we see from this chart that I have pulled up, you know, it hit highs of 502. It's at 441 right now. That's about a $60, you know, move that it still could make. It could even make higher highs before battery day, right? Or it could make higher highs after battery day. But I do want to kind of warn everyone that, you know, we are pretty extended from the moving averages and the EMAs. So that's something to be, you know, wary of if you do decide to do it. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not telling you what you should do. I mean, if you think that there's opportunity here, go for it. If you think that Tesla's about to pull back, you know, maybe wait a little bit or maybe take the opposite position. You know, my job is to present you guys with information that I'm sort of seeing, because I try to monitor these stocks every day, and what you do is totally up to you. So, you know, with that, we hope you found this helpful. If you did, please like, subscribe, share with your friends. Let's remember to be a bit better every single day, and until next time.